I'm Ethan Kwan, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this game here. It's called Tank Shootout, and it's a two-player game where, I'll tell you what this means later. It's a two-player game with tanks, and you have to shoot the other person to get points. And, well, in this case, whoever gets 70 points first wins. And as you can see, I'm not playing with somebody else, so I have to control each other individually, so kind of sad, but anyway. And you can, as you can see, you can get power-ups and you can shoot at each other. And okay, there's something wrong with this. Okay, let's just start that again. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Ethan Kwan, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this game. Well, it's going to be a few-part series, so stay tuned. Okay, I should probably say that at the end, but okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you how to make this game called Tank Shootout. So it's a two-player game where two people, I'll just explain what that number means in a minute, two people try and battle out on a field made of walls, and as you can see, white and black are being controlled, and I have no one to play this with, so I have to control them individually, which is annoying. Miss. Yeah, okay, I'll just... There we go. Now we can shoot at each other. And as you can see, there are little power-ups that you can get. Like, for example, this turtle one makes you slow. That red one makes your bullets reload really fast. As you can see now, he's really slow. And now I can't move. Or technically... Okay, and as you can see, basically I'm going to be showing you how to make this game. Okay, and there are a bunch of power-ups. I'll explain to you what those mean in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go to a new project here, and first of all, I don't really need the cat, so I'm going to delete the cat. Now, the most important thing is, well, the backdrop. So I'm first of all going to change the backdrop to maybe a nice... gray, set that to 0, maybe that much. And I also have to convert to bitmap because, yeah. Fill. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have a backdrop. Okay, so what's the second most important thing? Well, it's the walls, of course. The walls are secondly important. So I don't know if that's a thing. Fill and then get rid of them. I'm trying to speed through this here, so sorry if you get lost. Here are the spawning areas. Copy and paste. Oops, no. Paste. There we go. Okay, and I guess I should make this a little bit better by adding that. There we go. Copy, paste. Okay, for some reason my computer is lagging a lot. Not sure why. Sorry. drag that here, copy and paste, drag that here. Okay, so now we have the spawning areas. What is lagging my computer so much, I wonder? Maybe the software I'm using to record this thing. I can't use it anymore. Okay, so 0. I'm gonna just put it in the middle by setting this to 0 and setting this to 0. 0. I said 0. 0. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that is the wall. I'm going to rename it wall. Okay, there we go. I'm actually going to close this. Alright, so now we have this. Okay, so I guess that is going to 0, 0 anyway, but just in case, I'm going to say go to 0, 0 when the flag is pressed. By the way, this is a pretty advanced project, so so I'll say if you're a beginner, don't try this project. Okay, now I'm going to make a sprite. I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to use player 1, and I'm going to do an outline of black, and it should be 1. And now I just make a square, or there we go, and center it. That might be a little too big. Shrink it a little. Okay. And now I have to make a smaller square. You don't have to do this part. It's just decoration. You can totally do whatever you want. Okay. Now I'm going to make a cannon. There we go. And that's a little long, so I'm going to take all this. Oh, no. I'm going to take all this and shrink it a little, so do that. And center it like that. Okay, so now we have player 1. Player 1. Okay. So now we're going to go to its code, and we also have to make it so that 2 people can play, right? So I'm going to make the controls pretty far apart. So I'm going to say when green flag clicked, forever, if key, not space, I'm going to change that, if key up arrow pressed, move, I don't know, 10, no, not 10, something less than that, maybe 3, no, 1. Actually, let's create a variable called speed, and I'm going to delete the my variable. Speed. Okay, speed. Enter. Okay, so now we have our variable speed, and I'm going to set that to there, and set speed to 1. Okay, now if we press the up arrow key, we can move forward. Now there's a problem. We can go through walls, but I'll fix that later. Okay. Now I'm just gonna duplicate this because I'm lazy. No, that's not the reason. Okay. I'm gonna put it down here. And if key down arrow is pressed, then we have to make it reverse somehow. So instead of speed, I'm gonna say speed times -1 because that will reverse it. Or make it negative anyway. So -1. And drag speed in there. Drag speed in there. Okay, so now we have this script, and now we can actually move backward, and we can move forward. Good. Now we have to turn left and right somehow. And also we have to fix the thing about going through walls and all that stuff. Okay, so let's duplicate this. Let's just make the turning part first because that's easier. Okay, and instead of move this much steps, I'm going to say turn this much degrees. and turn 15. No, maybe 5. No, 3. 3. No, not down arrow either. Right arrow. Let's see. So right arrow would make sense. So now, if we play this, we have if we press the right arrow, we turn around. Perfect. Okay. We also have to duplicate that so that we can do it for the other block, other side. So I'm going to say -3 because I don't want to drag it the other turnaround block. So -3. And instead of right arrow, I'm going to say left arrow. Okay? So now we can turn, yes, now we can turn both ways. Okay, now we have to fix the running into a wall problem. I mean, we can totally move just fine until we hit a wall, and then we should be able to stop, not just keep going through, right? So how do we do that? Well, it's pretty easy. So this is the way I like to do it. You can do totally some other way, but this is I feel like this is the easiest way. So if, drag it into the first part here, if touching the wall, then, let's see, move speed times -1 step, so it moves backwards. Drag that in there. There we go. And now when we move forward, we can't move through a wall. That's good. Now here's another problem. We can back into a wall, and then now we can't go forward anymore. So now we have to make it so that we can't go through the wall backward or forward. So I'm just going to duplicate this part and drag it in here. And I'm going to take out the times -1 and just drag in speed, because it's the opposite, right? So it'll cancel out and it won't do anything, right? So now we can't bump into the wall forward or backward. Now here's another problem. We can turn into the wall. Yeah. So we have to fix that too. Okay. Now this is again pretty easy. We just take this part, duplicate it, and drag it into here. Oops, nope, not that part. Okay, drag it into here, and drag this back out there, and duplicate this, and put it in there, and duplicate this, and put it in here. Okay, and 3. Okay. Now, when we start the program, we cannot run into a wall, right? If we try it, doesn't work. We can back into a wall. Well, we can back into a wall. Doesn't work. We can turn into a wall, and it doesn't work. Let's try that better. Okay, yes, we can't turn into the wall either, in both directions. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so now we can move around, but now I'm going to duplicate this so that we can, actually no. Okay, let's first say go to some position and point in this direction. So I'm going to drag it into here. What is that? Y12. Okay, so I'm going to say at the start, go to this position. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate it. So, and actually what we have to do now is we have to, instead of just speed, we have to make it so that it's, instead of speed, we're going to rename this to player 1 speed. Okay, there we go. Now we have to duplicate this. Duplicate. And we're going to replace all the P1 speeds with P2 speeds, and also we're going to change the position. Maybe 7 and -175. Not 5. But yeah, no. 5. 5. Okay. No, I said 5. 5. No. -175. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we should get this result. They are mirror images of each other. Cool. Okay, but that's not really what we want, do we? We want to be able to control it with different players. Right? But you could totally make this into a game, actually. But that's not what I'm trying to do, okay? Okay, anyway, why do I keep playing with this? Anyway, okay, so, maybe I should make more obstacles. Maybe, yeah. That sounds good. Maybe I'll just add a block in the center. And no outline. No outline. And delete that little speck and center this. Center it. Okay. And we're going to start it so that the player isn't trapped in a wall. Okay. Okay, so now we have this. And the players are duplicating themselves, right? So, first of all, we're going to create a new variable called p2speed. No, not peed. Who peed? Speed. And we're going to say that. And we're going to set p2 speed to 1. And instead of p1, we're going to say p2 speed, p2 speed, p2 speed, and p2 speed. Okay, there we go. So now, they should be the same thing. But still, you can still control it with a different, it should not do this, right? You're controlling it. Oh, I hate it when this happens. I'm just going to drag this to the side so it doesn't get a problem. Or the down here. Uh-oh. And drag it down there. Okay. So, now we have this. Okay? But we have to make it so that they're not mirror images of each other. So, how do we do that? Well, we can change this to, let's see, I want them to use the WASD key, so W for up, W up, and down arrow would be S. S is right there. And right arrow, right side would be D. D is down here. And the next one would be A. WASD. Okay, now, if we play this, now player 1 is being controlled by the arrow keys and player 2 is being controlled by WASD. Okay, that's basically how you make a two-player game. So I'm just going to try and get myself out of here. Okay, there we go. And now we're being controlled by 2 people, not 1. Okay, now we should probably color player 2 differently so that we can distinguish it from player 1. I'm going to say black with a, black. So black with a white outline. No, black with a white outline. White is this color. Okay, and here, same thing. Actually, I'm not going to add the outline this time because it doesn't look too good on the outside anyway. Okay, there we go. And we have to change this so it's completely black. Black. Okay, there we go. Now we have 2 things being controlled separately. And they look different too, which is good. Now here's another problem. They point in the wrong direction. That's pretty easily managed. We can just say point in direction at the start. You can play around with this as much as you like, but this is how you make a 2-player game. So point in direction, and this is player 2, so we want it to point in the reverse direction, the opposite direction. Right, so the opposite direction would be, let's see, that way. So you can't see it. It would be right. Left. I want it to point left, so we can just say -90. And same thing here, just the opposite. So this would be 90. It's already set for us. Nice. Okay, so they point in opposite directions every time we start the game. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so So you can. Wee no. It's not working. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So now we have this. So now we have to make them shoot at each other somehow. So I'm gonna create a new sprite, and I'm gonna call it. Let's see. Player 1 bullet. Right? So I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna make it half 1 block size. So I'm gonna color it white because it's player 1 and player 1 is white. The way you do this is you just do that and shift so that it's a perfect circle. And that's pretty good, yeah. Maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe that big. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I'm also gonna turn off outline so that it doesn't look, you can't see it. Okay, that's player 1 bullet. Now how do we, what do we do here? Well, we can say, when clicked, this is basically how to make a shooter game, 2-player or not. Forever, go not random position, go to player 1, and we're gonna create a new script because this one's gonna involve a wait block. So go to forever, if key space pressed, then create clone of myself. Create, where's the create clone of myself block? There it is. Create a clone of myself. And so now, every time we try this, every time we press space, we get a little drawing tool. Cool. Okay, that's not really what we wanted, did we? We wanted to shoot. So, we also have to make it point in the direction of player 1. So that's easily managed. We just put it in here, and we go to sensing, and we drag in this backdrop number of stage block into the point and direction, and that's wrong, so we're gonna point in player 1, and not X position. I'm gonna say direction of player 1. Direction of player 1. And I'm also gonna say when I start as a clone, move some number of steps. Number of steps, move maybe 10 steps. Let's see if that works. Oh no. Oops. No, not just move 10 steps. Forever move 10 steps. Actually, no. Not forever. We want it to stop sometime. Right? Because if it's touching the wall or something like that, we want it to stop. Right? So, right now it's just going forever. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, I would like this. It's pretty cool, but now it's lagging. And we don't really want that, do we? Because I shot too many clones, I guess. Okay, let's just wait for this to stop. Okay, there we go. And repeat until touching. And touching either the wall, or actually we need an or then. Repeat until touching wall, and touching, not mouse pointer, touching wall or touching the edge. And then we're gonna have delete this clone. Delete this clone. Put it in there. Okay, now we should be able to shoot, and they disappear once they touch something. Now, it's kind of fast, so I'm going to say, the reload speed is kind of fast, so I'm going to say maybe, yeah, it's kind of like a hose right now, isn't it? So, I'm going to say wait. Instead of putting a number there, I'm going to say wait, and I'm going to create a variable called reload. And let's see. Hello? Okay, fine. Okay, I'm just gonna refresh the page and see if it works. I saved it already, so we don't lose any of our work. For some reason, this is happening. So player 1 bullet, go back there. Variables. Yes, now there's a variable called reload. Okay, reload seconds. Now, everything looks exactly the same. Why is that? Well, that's because we set reload to 0. So it just waits 0 seconds before shooting. So we have to set reload to, no, it's player 1 speed, reload to, let's see, maybe 0.4. Does that work? Let's see. Oh, that's pretty good. See if it works. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. That's about the right firing speed. Okay, so now we have this. So now what do we do with it? Well, then I'm going to duplicate this so that we can get a player 2 bullet. Not delete, duplicate. Duplicate, and this one should go to player 2. And instead of naming it player 1 bullet, I should name it player 2 bullet and get rid of the 2 at the back. Okay, there we go. And not in direction of player 1, player 2. Okay, so now I'm going to color this black so that we can tell the difference. Although you don't have to color it black. It's just I like this. Okay, there we go. And now, player 1 shoots white bullets. Let's just test it out here. And player 2 shoots black bullets. Huh. Still pointing in the wrong direction, buddy. Oh, not X position. Direction of player 2. That makes sense. Sorry. You should have probably been screaming at my screen. There's something wrong. You did something wrong. Ethan, you did something wrong. No. Okay. So I'm going to just say... Oh, it looks like they're shooting at the same time, which could work, except for the fact that that's not how it works. So instead of space for player 2, I'm going to say, well, G might be a good option. G, okay, G. And now, G and space. And this is just black shooting, and here's just white shooting. Perfect, okay. Now we have this. So now we have to make it so that if it's touching the other person, they die, or something like that. Okay. So I'm going to say, if touching player 1, then, well, if touching player 1, then we have to make 2 more variables called speed, no, sorry, if player, or P1 score, not soar, it's not rename, not soar, score, okay. And I'm also going to make another variable called P2, score. Okay, there we go. Now we have 2 variables, P1 and P2 score. Now, if touching player 1, then, well, let's see. Then change P1 score by 1. Okay. No, not P1 score, P2 score. And I'm also going to say show those so we can see. P2 score, P1 score, and P2 score. I'm going to drag them to the bottom so you can actually see the game happening. And I'm also going to, when a green flag clicks, set P1 score and set P2 score to 0. P2 score to 0. Okay, now let's see if this works. And I'm going to just drag to here and drag to here because I'm lazy. And that doesn't work, but G works. And here's another problem. It just keeps touching the player, so it just keeps adding to the score. So now, after that, I have to say delete this clone because, well, if it doesn't, then it'll just keep going, right? So now, if we press G, it stops and it adds 1 to the score. Now I'm going to just drag this into player 1 and go into here, and now we have this block, so we're going to drag that into here. Right, okay. And instead of player 1, player 2, And player 1 score. Okay, now we should be able to, let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And now they should be able to shoot at each other and get more points. Okay, perfect. Now we have to make it so that it kind of blinks. So that they know they've been hit. So maybe if, let's see how to do this. If touching, and this is all I'm gonna do for today. I'm gonna make this a 2-part series. One is gonna be all the player movements and the shooting, and the second part is gonna be power-ups and stuff like that. Okay. So player 2, no, not player 2, player 2 bullet, right? If touching player 2 bullet, maybe change, not color, change brightness effect by 100, change brightness effect by -100. I'm also going to say at the start set brightness effect to 0. Brightness effect to 0. And there we go. And I'm going to add a weight block in there so that they maybe 0.3. No, 0.2. 1. Okay. And I'm going to add another weight 0.1. 1. And this will make it so that, This will make it so that every time you get hit, you can't move or anything until it repairs yourself. And I'm going to just do that again. So, I'm going to say G. Looks like it's not working. Why is that? Am I ever touching the player 2 bullet? Oh, right. It's deleting itself too quickly. So I have to say weight maybe 0.01. And now it should work. Let's see. That doesn't work, but G works. Yes, now it blinks. You can see that, right? Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna put this script into player 2 as well. And put that down here, or actually I can just put it up here. I'm lazy, okay? Okay. Oh, right. Player 1. Player 1 bullet. There we go. Now, alright, and player 1 bullet should have a weight 0.01 seconds. Now this should work. There we go. And we can press G and those blink. Perfect. Now we have a scoring system and everything we need for a full-on multiplayer or double player or friend and family player game. Okay, so this is all I'm gonna do today. This is all that I need to do. You can keep working on this project if you like, add more blocks and stuff like that. But this is all I'm gonna do today. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share the channel with others. Also, make sure to be tuned for part 2 of this series, where I add a bunch of power-ups for the players. See you next time. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share this channel with others. Why am I saying this again? I don't know. Bye.